Beacon Hill.
Mai câu yao tu ua tu san đốm nhau e chi lu nu te chi cha cha chao câu chao kê dung câu yao lu nu ki do ku lu neng na hu lu câu mai chi muan pao câu yao tu ua do lu xia lo chua nu chi ku chua sa nhau dễ cao mai ku lu cao chi mua lên từ lông to.
So, Dr. Mark Pfeiffer, there you go. Before you go to the Hmong Center.
How many people do we have today? At least 5,000 Vietnamese. Migration to Southeast Asia was about 230 years ago, that stuff. And then the rest of these panels are related to the Secret War and the Vietnam War era, the Hmong involvement in the Secret War, working with the CIA. And of course, we got General Lee Powell, the Hmong military leader. Okay. So, is that okay? Well, take care. Yeah. Okay. See the money files stuff are up there.
Có chân nhỏ cũ rồi xe thì tôi để thì thọ luôn cho con đời cũ mù lúc sau thì thọ một tông tôi xong lò của trường nhỏ rong li cũ trường cho trường chia trường to vì có trường do tôi cũ lu sẽ có con nó bảo hay chia có thì do lu tăng một chi bỏ cái cho cũ trường do có cho lu có hai ổn để thọ có vô mù họ lúc sau sát theo họ chẳng cho có hai tiền thọ thọ dài chỉ sát nó có cho lu thọ có nó hai see you theo cũ bài chỉ một có lời dây rong li cũ năng thôi giả nữa vun vài do là tí tàu lu sẽ hở đâu cá mùi rong li thầu y chơi cũ yo yo có tàu con cho cũ nhau chỉ cũ có mù li e tia có ô tu năng cũ lu có mù tan thọ cũ ít thì ư chỉ là rong tới chơi do rong cơn đầu ư e nữ yo chỉ mòn gì chả lu sẽ hở e nữ yo tí chỉ tàu cho cá lò chả li lu nu tư tay bù tì mông tu e tư yo đồ to do rong cho lu rong cũ hai trâu có thì xó chơi cò nữ blo.
The photographs are actually from the Center for Hmong Studies collection, but they can't recognize that. They can't put it on there. The capital city won't let us. Architecture won't let us do that. So, but it gives a timeline, a little bit about what's happening. And so thought maybe na, maybe the people from Hmong Studies na the have Hmong Studies. People from Hmong Studies that's ma, that's ma ito ate no picture. It's too blocked there na ya. And that's why the problem, one more delay on the. So they can't agree on things. So, but in the end, some law raised on you know. So, big among it, will carry the weight to make this happen. Okay. So, if you look at each layer number 4 talk about resettlement, 3 post-war, tier 2 during the war, and 1 before the war. So, some of the images on there are actually quite graphic. But it do depict the war experiences and our experiences as it. But we go ahead and pick it. So out of this project here, they want to do some big work. And those who gave more than $500 we have a couple of
Thank you all for being here. I'm so excited to show you all our space. We became a nonprofit in 2015, but when Lee Powell was talking about that, I mean, that was way back in 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
So I've been dreaming about it for a long time because I really felt that we needed something like this for our community, a place where our future children and grandchildren can have a place where they can come and learn about themselves and their history and their parents and grandparents. Because that was something that I didn't have growing up, right? I think many of us probably had that experience where we don't really know where we're from, we don't know the whole story. So having a space like a museum was really able to do that. And so once that was in my head, that's what I set out to do. Right? And so we really wanted to start doing programming. Working with other museums and libraries to do our programming in their spaces. And one of the things that we learned very quickly as an organization that didn't have a home is the partnerships were really important. And so very early on,
And so after that was done, they were going to throw this away, and I said, okay, these are expensive. And so I brought it here and installed it permanently here. Fix it. So it talks about the migration of Hmong from China all the way to why Minnesota. Minnesota. So these panels basically, like I said, represent our history. We're in the process of updating this panel. So from 2015 to current. And then from there we offer Hmong studies. And so the Center for Hmong Studies is the only center for Hmong studies in the world. And we were the first institution to start a Hmong studies. We have a course on introduction to Hmong studies. So the introduction to Hmong studies course basically talks about how are we being studied and how do we view ourselves. And then introduction to Hmong history. So we talk about migration from China all the way to America. And so to inform the Hmong studies minor, we start collecting them. And so what you're seeing here are really collections to inform the Hmong studies minor. And pretty soon it became like a museum. And we start collecting artifacts, like understanding clothing, right? Why are they different colors? What is the color from? It's from the river that Hmong people cross. And we have a saying Hmong community that education is the help and that because some time ago you escaped the Chinese and you lost the book of knowledge and the book of knowledge and the alphabet was sewn into women's book. So to gain knowledge, you need to go and decipher the different book. So that's what I always tell my students and others that you lose the language, you lose the culture, you lose the culture, you lose the history, you lose the history, you lose the you need to understand the language to decipher the ceremonial chant because within ceremonial chants giving message about our history. Only hotel is what we call it. Only hotel for Ife Mongi, we were first, it was the first to populate weapons. So when we lost the war, we took to the mountain and populated dried up. Only hotel. That's a compound word to describe the history. And so when you go there, you also look at Lao Chai Kuba Chair. Come and visit my house, my garden in my house. Why would I come to visit the garden? When you go to China, you know that when you enter the village, you go to a garden, you can get to the house. So these are things that we decipher, we talk about, teach, and using not only historical facts but also. So that's what we are. This is still the only center for Hmong study in the world, and we were the first to launch a Hmong studies minor. Soon everybody else started doing it, which is great. The more the better, because I help provide consultation. So we collect books, artifacts, video, audio. So some of the books are here. We have, and we'll come. You'll come on. I post. And so sometimes we have elders that come in here and they say, "Oh, you got the clothing wrong. You didn't dress them right. You got the wrong hat." So whenever we get documents, we digitize them and we label them, and then we're trying to figure out how to make that available to everyone. So sometimes scholars will say, "Can I come and check out your collection?" So some of the documents, like I want to talk about here, is that during the war, the CIA said after the Vietnam Agreement, 1973, was signed, Americans started to pull out of Laos. And so they spent 3 days burning documents, right, at the U.S. Embassy. That's why now your parents can't find any traces of their involvement in the war because the United States burned all of those documents at the U.S. Embassy in Vietnam. Over here is the number of people that actually arrived in Phnom Penh, right? And so we always hear scholars write about 3,200 people that got evacuated. Actually, only 1,600 people made it on the plane. And then others had to find their way into Laos. That's a little bit of history. I could go on this whole class, right? Whole semester. That's only one piece of it, right? So 1/3 of it. So a lot of our collections, again, people donate to us. And here we have a perfect example is some of the items we retrieved from the plane of George, the Battle of Plain of George, Operation About Face. This was when the communists basically took over the Plain of George, and America made a heavy attempt to capture it. And so when you think about the fact that nobody was supposed to be in Laos, America was not supposed to be there, it was supposed to be neutral. The Vietnamese was there, the Chinese was there. Here's the evidence: a Vietnamese canteen. So yesterday, some of the veterans were looking and it's like, why are we touching the enemy stuff? It's like, this is history. It's not enemy stuff, it's history. So now you know that tapestry depicting war actually banned in Laos. The Lao government does not allow people to make it. So here you see confrontation between the Hmong and the Vietnamese, right? Now another thing that I found really interesting, so I looked for unique items like this. So here I found this in the Luang Prabang market, night market. If you notice, you see all of the figures, right? Like these, they sew. Here they cut the pieces, patterns. So that's really cool. Yeah. The story cloth emerged in the 80s and was to satisfy the Western market. What do you see anything unique about it? What really caught my eyes?
Some
Somebody
vomit.
puking. You don't see that. Yeah.
Who's got the best food here?
Who's got the best food?
Man, honestly, I'm really bad with options because too many, I can't decide. But you can't go wrong. They all serve almost the same thing. But I really like the boat noodle, but they're closed. But yeah, other than that, they serve practically the same thing: pork belly, chicken, ribs, boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Right?
Yeah, you can't go wrong. Bro.
Wish we had these in Washington, man.
Dude.
No Hmong food there.
I know.
Dulu upo yo monsi. Hong Liate, Jigti in China, don't move the don't happy. Sabechi, I loche, Ego Igancha, Bego Ilombe. We are one, Olu Nation, we are one, Joshua Pushe, yeah,
So first off, before we start, I just want to kick it off with a video, and we'll go from there.
Tôi xin lúc công bạn đọc trong các hậu trường để tôi xét chính xác. Cô chạy tới là rô kia của điện lúc công bạn. Bố cho được sống đẹp vậy. Thông một so của điện con. Cùng rộng để con tôi giữ quý phua được nữa công ấy. Mấy vòng con dòng nhẹ con dòng này mà. Bố trở của điện lúc công bạn nè. Cô điện tôi xét. Cô điện bao mà được qua điện. Ôi chà, đây một qua. Các bộ đi con trở thành điều không mong, cô thấy cô điện trong bộ điện, cô luôn cô điện. Chỉ có được bộ điện thôi, chẳng bộ điện có qua được mà trong pha. Bộ điện qua cả trong pha, cô sợ cô điện lúc cũng mua xe, lúc nào lúc thích sợ cô cũng mua lại. Còn đây là tôi xe cũng không có quay lại bộ điện ba mà bộ điện.
Alright, this is Legacy Films by the Congler Media. I am the founder, I am the videographer, I am the lighting guy, I am the sound guy, I'm the editor, and that's what makes me a solo filmmaker. But our generation, we're working professionals. We're focused on our jobs. We go to work, we come back home, we run our business, and we come back home and we go to sleep and we do it all over again. And do you have time to even make time, right? To sit down with your parents for an interview or a conversation? When was the last time that each of you sat down with your parents and said, hey, can you tell me about your story? How did you cross the river? So did you lose anyone along the way? And that's the problem. We forget to do that. Which leads to the passing of our elders. We've been here for 50 years. Now, most of our parents, they're in their 60s. They're in their 70s. Is most of us, right? And did we ever get a chance to record their stories? No, we did not. So moving forward, they're just legends to us, right? And that's a big moment. We always say, and that's like once upon a time. It's like, did it even happen, right? Even with this event, you know, I went to do a video for her here in Minneapolis, and she wanted to do this video because New Chai her kids, they don't believe her stories, that she's gone through everything and she's gone through the war. And at the end, I'm gonna show you a clip, and I'm gonna leave you out with a cliffhanger, kind of like a movie, but she just wants to be heard. I just want to leave you guys with this very last clip right here, and this is it's a very emotional moment between her and I.
Hai đứa nhiều á, bố chỉ có hai đứa con bố chú con tu phụ con một con nha, nó nọ tới rồi bố qua đây cũng được xem, nhiều gì thế cũng có xem con, hai đứa nó chơi.
Good evening, and I want to thank everybody for joining us today, and especially the HED committee for putting this together for all of us. So, I want you to imagine this, that you've just gone through 12 hours of labor, you're exhausted, you're raw, and you're overwhelmed. You just brought your greatest creation into the world, and your body is trembling from the effort. You're emotional, aching, and desperate need of something. Comfort, strength, and healing. And then someone hands you a warm bowl of chicken herb soup, and then you bring it to your lips and you take that first sip. Instantly, it wraps around you like a mother's hug, something soothing, grounding, and nurturing. And then comes that tender chicken, infused with generations of wisdom. You take a bite, and for the first time in hours, or maybe even days, you feel whole again. You feel held, and you feel healed. This is more than just a meal. It is ancestral care. It is love passed down through every herb and every sip, and it's what Mimai is here to preserve and share with the world. Hi, my name is Maria Yang, and I'm the founder of Mimai. Our mission is to preserve and share the healing wisdom of our ancestors by making traditional remedies like postpartum chicken herbs accessible, respected, and relevant in today's world.
All right, let me just take a few minutes to just see all the familiar faces because I'm just here talking to my friends. We're just here to have a good time. Okay, it is such an honor to be here. But, it was not an easy journey to get here. And I know it's not just me. It's our grandmothers, our mothers, our sisters and friends. Hmong women, generations of Hmong women who have been taught to be silent, to stay small, and to conform. The consequence is that many of us now struggle with insecurity and self-worth today. My name is Nikita, and at Healing Heals, we believe that confidence is a decision and that self-love is a muscle. I'm here today to ask for your support to bring Healing Heals nationwide. But before we dive in, just let me walk you through the heart of our business model. Healing Heals is a Minnesota-based dance class. We welcome ages from 18 to 50 plus. This includes moms, single moms, and even grandmas. Yes. Demand is high, and it continues to stay high. We offer 4 to 6 classes per month in a variety of dance styles, and consistently, our classes sell out within a week of registrations opening.
We thank you for your courage, your vision, and I know that coming here, presenting in front of a lot of people could be nerve-wracking, but you all did great. And so, for sure, we will know who the winner is tomorrow. Whether you win or not, don't forget that you are winners, and just by being here, okay? And I want to thank the judges quickly again. And then thank you all for coming, and we hope to see all of you at tomorrow's award night so that we can all find out who the winner is together. Thank you all.
đi chọn là hai có cú không có cái là lâu luôn nè.
Well, thank you so much for asking me to come sing for you guys. Come join the circle. We're gonna be going this way, alright? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Hey, do your beat now. Start filling up your body. Hey, hey, Bila, Bila, let's go. Come on now. Oh la la, oh la la, oh la la. Don't you know? Oh la la, oh la la, oh down there oh she. Love it khói muôn, thơm ngon ngon ngon. You and me, nhau, delicious love, love. Chỉ hai con luôn là your love. Love it cũng uy mãi, chính nhẹ có một con love. Tua chỉ sao thọ thắm hoa mà. You and me, nhau sự. Delicious love, em muốn love không nào? That's all I want for you guys. Thank you so much, guys.
My track record so clean, they couldn't wait to bash me. I must be getting too flashy. Y'all shouldn't have let the rock gas me. It's too late cause I'm here to stay. These girls know that I'm nasty. I sent her back to her boyfriend with my handprint on her. When I'm back up at the top, I wanna hear you say.
I am a Hmong woman wearing a striped black and white blouse and plaid pants. I have salt and pepper chest length hair, and I am sitting in a pink wheelchair.
In the light, a soul unfurling at the touch of warmth and love.
All we need is a little hope.
And if you don't know, you have to leverage your partnerships, leverage the people, resources around you. I'm gonna just say I'm keeping it like to the most basic level for our community because it's gonna take each of us doing some backpedaling to get educated again and to really get fired up to pay attention to how all of this is impacting our community. So that is at the most basic level, the ask out of each and every one of us, including myself.
What's your take on how we approach community engagement and civic engagement right now?
Yeah, so I primarily work in voting rights and election law, and why I like doing that is that when we talk about voting rights, getting out to vote, why it's so important for you to do that, we are talking about our community's approximation to power. And I think that's the core of it. As I mentioned in my introduction, I'm the daughter of immigrants. They fled their home country because they were being persecuted. And so much, and what does that mean for me, my story as somebody who was born here and grew up here, living with parents with that kind of story, is that their narrative is about survival. And sometimes the messaging I received as a child was about, just like, get through it. Just put your head down, get through it. Do well in school, get through it. Don't stand out.
Just all the time, right? But what you have to chọn đâu, tan giả nó là hài lù. What is really cool is though it makes one fundamental note, one fundamental pitch, how Hmong players are able to manipulate our oral cavity, it actually empowers or there are harmonics on the ya, and how we manipulate our oral cavities actually amplifies specific harmonic overtones on danya, allowing us to play actually two notes that are amplified at the same time, simultaneously. So cũng nói ra thì chúa này hay nói này. Bi wa be bao ở niên cai cầu mong ở niên cai cầu mong nghe rong li cu non chê yuan thiên chi lu mê xia lo ni yuan chỉ bỏ ta một biên chi kia tu lặng lo tu tươi. And I thought to myself, mong lo luyện chi xia nó là ni cai tao đi cha na, ni cai tao đi cha. And I think it wasn't until I came to H&D the past few days here that I think I figured out what Tin Chi Xia means. So there's no great translation in English. I think some people translate it as like tense or constipated, but in your, not constipated, in your GI tract, but in Xia. The reason why it's like constipated is because it's that meta feeling where you have so many feelings bottled up and you don't have anyone to tell, or you don't have the means to say it, or words cannot express it, or you're forced to bottle up these feelings, and it's that feeling that comes from bottling up these feelings. In English, I don't think that, maybe you could say you're frustrated, but that's not nowhere near as in Xia, so. Not T, T as in NCHI. So if you didn't know that word, put that in your lexicon. It's a great Hmong word.
I was previously the President and CEO of Hmong American Partnership and the President and CEO of Hmong National Development. And currently, I serve as the CEO of the Community School of Excellence.
The Catalyst Award was established to honor the extraordinary legacy of Bao Vang, whose visionary leadership and unwavering dedication transformed both Hmong American Partnership and Hmong National Development.
Well, first of all, I'm truly honored and humbled that the Board of Directors will be giving out this Catalyst Award to winners in the community. I'm deeply humbled by this recognition for the young leaders of our community. I think it's always very important that we recognize small milestones and we celebrate small milestones, and we don't.
ND President and CEO, my honorable dignitaries, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Yanda. The lady who stands beside me is my wife, Lima. We have been married to each other in the United Kingdom of Laos for 62 years. Luma, donde gusto me gusta la pesca. Lo yo dije a mí la, me capé me lo lleva a mí ya. Pesci quizá ori lo padre fue menos si está si quiere. Pero te echan a pesci si lo si pa o capé un haya a mí lo de ocho.
And to our veterans, again, thank you so much for everything you have ever done. To ensure that out of the ashes of war and villages burned down, the next chapters of the story of the Hmong will be rewritten, or will be written as if a story that will end in happily ever after. Thank you so much.
còn lúc nào mình cũng mua sẵn tao là họ bên lúc nào bên mua ít phần display cho sao họ mình bắt đầu mua wow cái này là mà quay cho nào cho tài giờ mua nó mà không bị xịt rồi mua sao tài giờ biết chúng mua cái nào cho tài giờ mua nó mà mua sao thì mua nó biết sẵn tao còn nóไอ้ว่าโจรเป็นนาจะจีว่าโจรเป็นอย่าปูจะตายเนาะที่มัวเมฆทำคนเป้ฮะว่าโจรต้อง
2025 Rise and Thrive pitch competition winner is Nikita Vane, founder of Hill and Hills.
And when I heard that, I cried. That was the only line I remembered from the first time I heard the track. And the beauty tonight, I didn't realize it, is I get to sing that song tonight. I mean, that part tonight. So, thank you so much, Mom.
Thank you for joining me, Betty. You have a couple of things you want to go?
I am so honored to be sharing the stage with these two amazing artists, and I am so honored to share the space with you guys. We are breathing the same air. But yeah, we are one, we rise united. I want to invite you guys all to come here and join us.
The song's called We Are One, but so it feels like a little distance. If you guys want to come up and join us, it'll be awesome. We should be one tonight.
지그들은 자다로 모다 통합해 사백지야 이나야 일로제 에고이 전차 베고 일롬베 미아완 오르네시아 미아완 자석을 세계에 동이루시아 我陪死爹，要被这条路落牺牲过夜，因为你第一次告别前。
路航都碰，路黑听着呀，靠路说路我真有好苦西呀，左脚骨地，靠鸟的手，铁西多过好靠不老木嘞，我要报数啊，老婆要低啊，说要中立，这单名。 lo sen mama huku kau tunji anyau